Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode of Wargaming 2022 here on the Ohio Patriot Education Network YouTube channel. I am, as always, your host, AR, the Ohio Patriot. And for today's episode, we're going to discuss the JD Vance versus Tim Ryan debate, like I mentioned earlier today, where we were talking about that for a couple minutes. And, pretty much how all the Democrat Party here that are running for any seat of power in this state or federally have basically gone all in on abortion at this point, and killing kids in the womb is what it is. But yeah, they're a bunch of fucking nuts, dude. I'll tell you what, the one thing that bothered me the most of all of the Tim Ryan JD Vance debate tonight was the fact that there was no Pro 2A questions in it or any Second Amendment questions in it at all, which I think is kind of ridiculous because of the fact that it's like, okay, you're running for the U.S. Senate. You have all these other stupid ass questions that are being asked. And the one thing that really pissed me off, and this is something that's been pissing me off since 2020, honestly, dude, is the whole thing about the Democrats and Republicans and, and when I say Republicans, I mean establishment fucking rhinos and shit like that. That, mind you, every single one of these people that are in office right now or have ran for office in the past, X amount of time or whatever it is, if they ever get into political office, into an actual constitutional republic, they have sworn an oath to the Constitution. And they've sworn an oath to the Constitutional Republic of the United States of America, is what it is. We're not a fucking democracy. We've never been a fucking democracy. And I'm so fucking sick and tired of these people being like, what about the threat to our democracy? There is none, because we're not a fucking democracy, you stupid fucking cunts in the mainstream media. And that's the problem, dude. It was one of these dumb bitches that was for, like, Cincinnati or Dayton affiliate, whichever it was. I forget exactly which one it was offhand. But it was this black chick that's their like local reporter, or whatever, there for that particular like Fox affiliate or whatever it is there down in that area. And she was like, "Yeah, what about the threats to our democracy, Tim and JD?" And it's like, there's not one, because we're not a fucking thing. And that's the one thing that did bother me about JD Vance, honestly, tonight, was like, he didn't call that shit out for what it is, dude. And I think unfortunately it's because JD is not a constitutionalist, dude. He's not an actual uh, you know, like, I'm not saying he hasn't read the Constitution or whatever in his life, but like, I don't believe, from my perspective of things personally, if it was between myself, JD, and Tim Ryan for this seat, I would always pick myself, honestly, because it's like, I'm way more of a constitutionalist. Neither one of these men will ever be, is what it is. But the entire point is, it's like, yeah, Tim Ryan is 100% an oath breaker. JD Vance, like I said, he is an ex-Marine. He's, ex-military, et cetera, there. He did his time in the military. He swore an oath to this country. And, like I said, I don't know if he knows the actual Constitution or not, or if it just didn't really, if it was one of those situations where he's just like, whatever kind of thing is what it is, which is fine if that be the case and you're, going down that road or whatever it is, dude. And it's like, you're more to the point of like, no, this guy's just a fucking ass clown, meaning Tim Ryan, obviously, and I'm gonna call him out some other bullshit. It might be something where it was like he didn't even think about it, honestly, and I could totally, I would not, sit here and dig at the man for that one, honestly, if that be the case. My issue is the fact that, and the thing too is, right, like, so you had Tim basically try to and the one thing I will give JD points on, though, actually two things I'll give JD Vance points on, which is where I really think he won this debate tonight, which is the first thing was they brought up the 10-year-old rape victim here in Ohio. JD rightfully called it out for what it was, about it being an illegal alien in this country, and she would have never been raped had not been for this fucking illegal being in our country, is what it is, dude. And how to fix the border security and stuff like that, and it wouldn't be an issue then after the fact. And the second thing was that during the debate, he also said some stuff about, fuck. No, lost my train of thought entirely. Yeah, so the one was about the border wall. And then what was fucked up to me, honestly, too, was the debate moderator people that were the Fox 8 reporter people and stuff like that. Were like, oh, well, we'll get to border security. And I meant, no, if it's being brought up right now, dude, discuss it right now. Have that be the fucking follow-up question, you jackasses. And that's what I hate about these fucking moderators do for the mainstream media. Like, they don't give a fuck is what it is, dude. They just want to sit there and be like, no, we're just going to fucking dissuade from the fucking conversation at hand. And it's like, no, if you're going to have an hour-long debate, you just move that fucking question up then, dude. If there's a question on the thing for border security and like border walls and illegal aliens in our country and stuff like that, dude, move the shit up to the next question then. And you just simply knock everything else down by one is what it is then, dude. It's not that hard. If you're actually not a fucking puppet, if you're not a fucking muppet, etc., of the establishment media and stuff like that, dude, and you have a brain that you can actually think for yourself for fucking 5 minutes, do that. Change it up on the fucking fly, dude. And be like, okay, cool. You want to bring that up now? Okay, that's fine. We'll probably be the next question then if that be the case. And then that way you could basically have JD continue on his thought instead of being cut off like basically mid-sentence what they're trying to do there. And I felt like very much I felt like this whole thing, this whole entire debate, it very much seemed like it was kind of like that Chris Wallace Trump fucking Biden debate. I think it was Chris Wallace. I'm pretty sure that's who it was. That was basically like it was him and Biden together basically against Trump at that fucking debate is what it was, dude. And he was then fucking jackass was supposed to be the maybe it was Chris Matthews. I can't remember. It was that one fucking dumb motherfucker with the glasses, what it is, dude, and the brown hair. But yeah, it was basically him and Biden versus Trump as the like 2-on-1 debate, basically, is what it was there, man, like a couple years ago. And that's what it almost felt like to me with JD Vance tonight. It was like him basically not only against Tim Ryan in this debate, he was also going against the moderators in the debate as well. Because it's like, yeah, I'm trying to fucking say something here and y'all are cutting me off mid-sentence kind of thing is what it is. But yeah, so basically JD went after Tim and everybody else and like called out the illegal alien issue for what it is in this country, and that's how that 10-year-old girl got raped is what it was. And was talking about his own daughter being, I think, 9 or something like that. And he's like, yeah, I couldn't even imagine that happened to her and stuff like that. And then, God, I'm trying to remember what the other one was now offhand. I'm trying to, I want to say it was, yeah, like it was on the tip of my fucking, it was literally on the tip of my tongue. And then I said something and then it totally blanked out now. I'm almost going to go back to the thing and just see if I can remember it offhand or not. And I'm like thinking about like just turning on the TV right now and like going back to that debate and like watching it for a couple minutes here and like thinking if I remember what that was at the time. God. Yeah, let me think about it for a minute now. I'm not going to do that, obviously, but like I'm trying to think what it was now. I should have written some stuff down when it was going on, though. If I thought about it, I would have. But yeah, like I said, I know JD got Tim on 2 different ones, and the first one was the illegal alien thing, and the rape and stuff like that, and all about abortion and stuff like that.